there! Happy Wednesday! Thanks for joining me here. Tonight we're starting a new project for Koala Auction Week, Koala Quilt Auction Week, and we are going to make a little koala zipper pouch. And I'm going to be giving away this zipper pouch to someone who helps donate through our website for the Koala Quilt. So thanks so much for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So again, tonight we are going to be starting a new embroidery. It is going to be of our little koala. I am going to update it a little bit, and we are going to try some of the techniques that people used in their koalas for the koala quilt. So we are having the Koala Quilt Auction. It goes through Monday, and so I encourage you to check out the Penguin and Fish site and click the Koala Quilt button to find out more info. We are raising money for Australians for Animals, and we are auctioning off the community-made quilt that a bunch of you made koala embroideries for. And we stitched it together and turned it into just like the best quilt ever. So that's what's being auctioned off. There's also merchandise on our website that the proceeds will go to Australians for Animals as well. And that is we have two different mugs. We have our little koala mug. This has basically the embroidery right on it. So that one's super cute. And then we have our commemorative mug, which has an actual photo of a portion of the quilt. So this is some of your quilt pieces, and then the little info on the quilt on the back. So we have those. We have the pattern for the quilt, the pattern for the koalas, the koala embroidery, the bundle for the koala embroidery, and then also a t-shirt and a cute little onesie. So here's the onesie. It comes in different colors as well. And then the t-shirt. I wore this guy the other day. He's so cute. So anyway, we're actually going to do something very similar to this with our embroidery tonight. So I'm going to leave this out. We're going to kind of use that as a guide a little bit. So that's going to be... those get donated as well, the proceeds from the t-shirt and onesie. So thanks again for everyone who already purchased. I think that is just so amazing. If you are on YouTube and feel like you want to donate a little bit more, any super chat done on YouTube through the week will also be donated to Australians for Animals. So thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. So, all right, let me show you what we are doing tonight here. All right, hello, everyone. So I got all my tools out here again. I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of finish off this koala quilt week by embroidering a little zipper pouch. So I got my little zipper here. I have all the scraps from the quilt. So this is what's left of the quilt. There are some bigger pieces in here, so we'll search around. But I think we might make like a little zipper pouch. I'm guessing it'll probably be this fabric because I think that's the biggest piece I have. We'll see. We'll dig around. And then I would like to stitch a koala on there, and I'd actually like to kind of stitch just the head of the koala, kind of like this, and maybe even put a little heart underneath it. So when I'm done with this is what we'll be working on for the rest of the week. And anyone who donated more on the website through purchasing merch, koala merchandise, or the pattern, or the donate more button on our site, you will be entered to win the pouch that we're making, the zipper pouch. So, all right, and I'm excited to try some of the different techniques that different people used in their koalas. So the koalas we got for the quilt had a huge variety of techniques and looks to it, and we're going to play around with that a little bit tonight. So, all right, to start out, I am going to just kind of, let's get zoomed in here a little bit. All right, so first things first, I did kind of want to make something like this. So just kind of the head of the koala and then maybe a little heart underneath. Like I think this would be super cute. Like imagine this as a zipper pouch, you know, like a little pouch like that with a little zipper on top. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, right? Imagine that this is a finished pouch. That's what I'm hoping we end up with. So that is the plan. This is from the pattern, so this is from the actual digital pattern. I decided to try printing it a little bit bigger because I thought it'd be fun to make just the head a little bit bigger. So I made another copy of it. This is at 150%. So if you guys want to make one this size, when you're in the printer area, make sure to just put 150%. If it says to zoom or what percent size, that sort of area of your print dialog box. So this is at 150%. So I just want to do the head. So first of all, I kind of need a piece of fabric that is big enough for a zipper pouch. And again, I kind of want to make it, maybe we can have it a little taller, but I want it sort of that size. So this is the zipper I have. So that's a limitation for sure. So I want something, I was kind of digging around. I need something that is big enough and big enough this way too for a zipper pouch. So far this is in the running because I do have a lot of this. In theory, I have enough for a front and a back. I'm also going to need a lining. So we'll have to dig around for that. I'm just going to kind of page through these quick. And this piece isn't quite big enough, but assembled together with something else, it might work. So I'm going to just put aside the larger pieces. This too, it would need to be attached to something else. It's not quite big enough. I think we need it a little taller. So, all right, that's why I think we're going to end up with this yellow here. Oh, look at all this cute fabric. So all of this was in the quilt in some fashion. Yeah, this is, oh look, this is connected. This might, let's put that aside. It's big enough. These are all little pieces. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, now this purple piece seems like it might be kind of big enough. That would be kind of cute. We could do, let's set this aside with this yellow. And we do have this blue. This looks like it might be big enough as well. So these could be the linings maybe if we want to go with that yellow. I'm going to set this aside. Oh, it's connected to a whole lot of other stuff here too. You know what? Let's just disconnect that. So thanks again for all of your bids on the quilt, you guys. So the quilt auction actually goes for a couple more days, so through the weekend and Monday. This one's a little stained. I think I'm going to set this aside. Oh, now here's a decent piece. All right. I'm going to press the pieces that seem big enough. Actually, this has a fold in it, doesn't it? You can piece the front and back lining. That's true. I can piece all of it. Yeah, for sure. So I might actually end up doing that, piecing this together a little bit. But I do want to just see like where I'm starting out. Okay, that's big enough. I do want to stitch it to something that you can see the embroidery pretty well. Okay, we have a lot of this. This might be good for a lining. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, and I think all this is kind of dead. We can use it for other parts. Look how cute this is. We have to make little zipper tabs for the top of this. And these maybe are a little small. We'll find some other pieces here for that. All right, let's just give this all a press. I'm going to get a little higher here. So sorry about this, guys. Let's just kind of pick what fabric we might want this on. So I want just the head. I'll trace this, but I want just the head on this. So I'm just kind of trying to envision it a little bit. Already says purple and crumb. Oh, crumb piece the lining. We could do that. So the purple is kind of pretty. Yeah, we could do purple. I mean, the zipper is going to be red, regardless, because that's the zipper I have. But that doesn't necessarily not go together. We could do, like, this is actually kind of pretty, too. We could do this purple for the front, maybe, and this purple for the back, or the other way around. Maybe embroider on the solid color. We could actually piece it a little bit, too. We could have, like, a little chunk of this on the front, and this could be off to the side. Like, there's a lot of options with this, isn't there? I do kind of like the purple, though. Let's kind of go with the purple front, and then we could go with, like, maybe this blue inside. Those kind of are pretty together, and then just not have this yellow. I mean, we have this crazy red zipper, which doesn't necessarily go with this, but it doesn't not go with it. It's an extra element of cuteness, I think. I think that's not the worst. Maybe there's something reddish in here that could make, that we could use for the zipper tabs or something. Not really, isn't there? We could, just mix it up a little bit more. Or not. This purple here kind of goes with all of this and is a different fabric. I think we're going to use this a little bit. So I want to make zipper tabs for this too, and I'll show you what that's all about. But I think I'm going to do it this purple. So we are definitely going to have this whole purple world on the outside. Let's do this teal on the inside because we have a lot of it. And we'll stitch on the purple. Maybe we'll piece it together. We'll keep that option open. But for now, I think I'm liking this. I'm going to get one more of these pieces just so they're pressed. And all right, step 1 done, finding some fabric. All right. Oh, that's true. So Linda's saying the zipper goes with the red heart. Perfect. That is a great idea. So we will make sure to put the little heart on with the red. That's a great idea. I do like that. And I actually kind of like this blue, like a light blue, even like a teal. I don't know if I have that color floss, but even like a light color blue might look nice on here. So, all right, I'm liking this. Let's just press all this, like our guts of what we're going to do here. Let's just start with a good starting place with all of them just by pressing them. I don't know if I'll use it all or what, but it'll be in a good spot. So I'm kind of thinking this through. I'm wondering if I want to cut, I'm debating whether I should cut the shape of our piece, the shape of our final zipper pouch first, or if I should wait till after I'm done stitching. And I think I'm going to wait till I'm done stitching, just because then, you know, I'll be handling the fabric a lot, so I won't fray the ends that way, because I'll be cutting them off. I just have to cut in a decent area where, I just have to stitch in a decent area where wherever I cut, the stitching still kind of makes sense. But I like the idea that we could piece the front a little bit. So this is fun. So I am making a zipper pouch without measurements, without anything. So there is no pattern plan. I do have a little idea of making a zipper pouch and how I'm going to approach it, but I'm going to basically eyeball the whole thing. So we'll do a little bit measuring here and there, but I'm not starting out with anything. So we can actually change our minds as we go, and I think this is going to be a really fun process. So you guys, I forgot a couple things. I'm gonna go grab. I do want to try still like filling in his cheeks with some color. So I'm gonna get quickly what I need for that. So give me a second here. All right, I just needed my colored pencils and a little paper towel to do that, because I think I want to color in the cheeks before I actually start stitching. So we'll see how that goes. But all right, I think we got it. Next up, let's transfer the design. So I do want it on this purple. I have my light table right here, so we can use that to help us trace. I'm hoping we can see through this enough. If we can't, then we will try a different transfer technique. We will find out what works for us. But okay, I can definitely see through that, so that's good. So let's think this through a little bit. I'm going to have my zipper on here. And maybe it's about this size, so it's actually a pretty nice size to just have it right in the center, don't you think? So I think we will be safe. This is a pretty big piece, so we'll be safe, I think, stitching this maybe a little higher on the piece and in the center. I think we'll be fine. So right here looks good. I'm not going to bother taping this all down. I think we'll be fine. So I am going to go ahead and trace this guy. All right, so again, thank you guys so much for participating in the Koala Quilt and this auction and everything. The auction goes till Monday, so there's still time to bid for sure. I'm using a water-soluble marker here to transfer the design. Let's see if it's coming through. Oh yeah, I can for sure see that. I'll show you guys when we're done. So again, I'm just doing the head, and I would like to do a little heart underneath, and we can see what that'll look like. So if you're just coming in, we're making a zipper pouch of the koala, and I am going to give this away at the end of the week to someone who either donated this week by doing the donate more button on the website, or who purchased any of our koala merch, including the pattern. So a lot of you are automatically entered already, and I will then ship this little guy to you after the auction is done on Monday. Yeah, I love the idea of the red heart, Gina. That's all we need to pull that red zipper into this, isn't it? We just need that little red heart, and that will do. So we'll stitch this tonight. We'll see how far we get. Ooh, I forgot the mouth. And then we'll kind of, continue tomorrow. If there is, I thought I saw something. There's a puzzle. If we're not done stitching, we'll continue that tomorrow, and then start the actual pouch. And I think the pouch will take us, maybe 1.5 hours here. So we'll at least start it tomorrow and then finish it up on Friday. But I'm confident we can at least get it done in 2 of these days, a zipper pouch. So the trick is, I don't have a zipper foot on my that old Kenmore sewing machine, so we're gonna have to sew this without a zipper foot, which really just means the seam is gonna be further away from the zipper, which actually in this case might be pretty because more of this red zipper tape, which is this fabric part, more of that will show. If I had a zipper foot on my sewing machine, I could sew right up against the coil, the center area here, pretty easily. But I'm probably going to be about a quarter of an inch away, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. That's going to be a little tricky, not having a zipper foot and sewing in a zipper, but we will do it. Oh, yes, thanks, Nolene. Nolene is posting the Koala fundraiser on eBay, which is where we're doing the fundraiser, and asking everyone to share. I appreciate your shares, and I would love for you guys to do that. That's amazing. Okay, so here we go. I think you guys can probably see that. We have our koala in blue. So the only other thing is I'd like to put a little heart underneath. Probably an easy way to do that, just if you're nervous about drawing right on your fabric, you could just draw some hearts on a piece of paper until you have one that you like, and one that's the size that you like. Okay, so maybe I'm kind of making it a little bit bigger there. Just trying to get the two sides to look right. And then once you have it here, then you can see what it looks like. Okay, so this is just like an itty bitty little heart. I think that's cute. I don't think it needs to be any bigger than that. And if we satin stitch that in, that's big enough for satin stitch. Any bigger than that, and I think it would be tough to work with. So let's trace that little heart. I think it looks good there. Cool, I'm excited for this. All right, we are done tracing. We have our little design here. Oh, Jennifer said that she just checked out the auction. We are up to $660 for the quilt. So that's amazing. And really, the quilt is priceless. There is like 1,000 hours, probably in a very literal sense. If you guys count up how many, there's 127 koalas. At a very minimum, it would take 4 hours to finish. Probably more like 4 to 8 hours to finish one of these embroideries. So, man, it's worth a lot just from people's time. So, 660 is good. I hope we can get it higher. All right, there we go. You can kind of see my little heart and the koala there. I want to start out, I would like to try one of the techniques that some people use, and that was like tinting the fabric. And I would like to just give him some little rosy cheeks. I have some colored pencils here. This should do the job, I'm thinking. The trick is now I'm on a purple fabric, so what's going to make it look like rosy cheeks? I wouldn't necessarily go red right away because red might look really dark on here. I'm actually looking at my fingernails. My fingernails actually would make it a little brighter. I think we want to go a little bit more than that though. Maybe this rich, ooh, that's maybe a little dark. We're going to test this out. And this one's a little lighter. So you always have to consider the background color, what you're going on. So this is quite a bit brighter. Let's try these three. We're going to give them some rosy cheeks. I think I'm going to just test this down in a corner. Let's just kind of see. I'm guessing I'm going to put the zipper a little bit lower, so I'm not going to need this bit up here. I'm going to get a little bit lower so you guys can see a little bit better, I think. We'll look at stitching too. But here's the dark color. So if we're thinking about rosy cheeks, I'm going very lightly. I want to go lightly and then just go darker and darker and darker. Okay, so that's kind of pretty. That's pretty dark though. It's looking pretty deep purple. I want it to be subtle. So okay, so this is a bit closer to the purple color. I'm liking that better already. It's still pretty bold though, isn't it? Let's see what this lighter color turns out as. I want subtle. Okay, this is the most subtle so far, but I think maybe we got to get closer to this purple. Maybe we just got to go like as close to that as we can. Here's just a light purple. That's almost the same color, but I do want a little pink in. What if we go even lighter? Maybe the lightness is the way to go. Ugh, that's a little orange. I don't know if we want to go that direction. Oh, Amy says hot pink. So we do have a hot pink here. Let's give that a try too. We're going to get it right. I want the right little... We're testing out his blush right now, right? So this is the hot pink. Oh, that's actually pretty cute on this purple. That's not bad. Okay, that's my favorite so far. It'd actually be kind of fun to have these dots in the quilt or in the bag. All right, so this is subtle. It's kind of feels like the same color, almost just a little darker, but I almost feel like it looks like we got like oil on it or something. Like it almost looks like it's wet. So I think having slightly a different color, like this pink, is maybe more obvious. Oh, this is kind of sweet, actually. That almost looks like real blush a little bit. So maybe a little orange. If we can find something like this, I know we're spending a lot of time on his blush, but I think it's fun. If we can find something kind of along that lines, but a little more blue in it, I think it'll blend in this purple a little bit better. What does this look like hiding down here? Okay, this is a little lighter, but it does look like it has a little bit more purple in. I mean, that really kind of blends in, doesn't it? Am I just being silly? Like, am I just focusing way too much on this? Okay, this is too dark, I think. I'm going to nix that one. Oh, this one is kind of the same as this, but a little more purple. Oh no, that's the one I did. Oh, that still kind of looks like a stain. All right, you know what? I kind of like this. I'm going to just go with this. We're going to give him slightly pinky cheeks. It's going to be subtle, but you're going to know it's there. So here's a little bit closer. So I think I'm going for this one right here, where it's barely there. You don't notice it really. This is fun though. It's fun kind of coloring on fabric like this. So all right, I'm going to just give him a little bit of sparkle in his cheeks. So I'm just very, very lightly. I think I'm kind of going right below his eye, but I want it like twice the size of the eye. So I'm just kind of going around and around in a circle and just kind of going over and over. Okay, I love it already. I barely have anything here, but I am really liking it. So I am just kind of very, very lightly layering it, and I think that's going to do the job. So we could actually color in the whole thing if we wanted to, but I'm just going to do his little cheeks. Okay, I like this color a lot. Oh, Amy says, good choice. Awesome. All right, that's really cute. So, let me, I'm going to lift it up on the mat here so the light doesn't shine through. But there, you can kind of see so far. So here's his blue outlines, and then his little cheek. Isn't that sweet? It really, oh gosh, it looks so much nicer in person. I'll have to take a better photo of it. But let's try and do his other cheek. Ooh, I feel like I gotta go upside down a little bit here. Aw, his little makeup. Maybe it's just rosy cheeks. I think I'm going to keep it to his cheeks. We'll just, then it'll focus on his face a little bit. I think it's maybe just special enough to do the cheeks. So I'm going to heat up my iron again, and we're going to give this a little press to kind of set this. I'm going to put down my paper towel so it'll collect like any of the wax or anything, but it should make this more permanent. All right, this is a good color. It's barely there, but it's also obvious at the same time. We're just going to give him a really pinky face. I'm going to go just really softly along the edges of it, and it's going to just kind of blend it out. We're blending his face. So all the makeup techniques right now. Oh, inside his ears? Yeah, we could do a little bit on the inside of his ears. That's cool. I think we could do the same color for that. Maybe just hovering on this like little inset of his ear. We're going to stitch on there, but you're right, a little bit. Really subtle, I think. Not as much as the cheeks. Okay, that is pretty cute. Okay, now I want to do more color. I want to give his nose a little bit, but I think we'll stitch the nose in. But all right, I'm just going to right under that crease in his ear. Again, I'm just trying to be patient and layer the fabric in. Or layer the color in the fabric. Mostly up towards that crease and kind of fading it out. Okay, this is pretty dang cute. This is fun. We don't do this color in technique enough. I think we should play around with this. Play around with this more. Okay, so that's pretty subtle, but awfully cute yet. Let me just show you again with the background. All right, it's cute. It'll look better once we have some stitches in here. So let's get to that. So first of all, let's give this a little iron. So I'm going to actually put this down, and then I'm going to flip it around, and we will just give it a press. So this might, some people think that if you press it, then you make the water-soluble marker permanent. I guess I don't really care because we're going to be stitching over that, and we'll just see. We'll see how that goes. All right, I think we're probably good. I don't think we really need to do much. I don't think we're really going to wash this or anything. It's just a zipper pouch. This is awfully cute up here. All right, let's get started stitching. I think I'm going to see if I can find a hoop for this. I do have my smaller... I have my small 4-inch embroidery hoop. That's maybe not big enough. Can it go in an 8-inch? Oh, it's perfect for an 8-inch hoop. Okay, so we will use the 8-inch hoop. Okay, next up. So some of the things, a technique that people use that I really like is they combined different colored flosses together to give like a really fun little textured line. And I'd like to give that a try. So I have my scrap bin of fabric here, and then we can do it. Colleen, if you can always change your, I think you can change your high bid point, so you can change that so it's more if you want. Oh, Rebecca's asking what kind of pencil. You can use any colored pencils. I think these are Prismacolors, so those are a little bit more expensive. I have these from just like art school still. Actually, I might have these from high school still. They're old, but really any colored pencil will work. You can actually use crayon. We've actually done this with crayon before. So any pigmented thing like crayon or colored pencil, and some of that wax with both of them will come out when you do the pressing with the paper towel. All right, that's looking good. So let's pick some thread. I do like how this blue is looking on the shirt. So I'm thinking we do something pretty similar to this. We'll see. Obviously, we're not coloring it in, so we'll just have to combine. All right. Oh, actually, this is jumping out at me right away. It was right on top. I like that. So let's use a strand of this. And what else can we combine with that? I mean, this purple is kind of popping out at me. Maybe we do the dark purple with it. Oh, geez, this is an endless thing coming from wherever in my bin. Okay, there's an end. Sheesh, this is my crazy bin of scrap thread. But we could do these two together, and then I think we do one more. You know, the one that's popping out at me now is this one. I mean, this is kind of an odd combo, but it might be kind of fun. I mean, this is just an outline. We're not filling it in, so we could play around. I think this actually kind of brings in maybe some of the cheeks. Let's just kind of see. I'm trying to find an end. Again, this is scrap. That's crazy. Where the heck is the end? Scrap thread. I literally don't see it. Oh, here we go. So these three would be kind of blended together. I think that's kind of fun. It's weird and fun. All right, I love this idea. We're giving it a go. I'm going to stitch with 3 strands of thread. So I'm going to separate this into 3 strands. Let's grab an embroidery needle from up in my bag here while we're at it. Ooh, and speaking of that, let's get our needle minder going too. We can throw the needle minder down at the bottom here, I think. That'll be out of our way. All right, we're attached. So I'm going to just cut like 24 inches or so of these. I mean, this is scrap thread, so I'm not worried that I'm only going to use like 1 strand of all of it, although now I got a knot already. Maybe I trim it right before that knot. Ugh, I want more. Let's get rid of the knot. I think it's all just twisting around itself. This is going to be fun. I'm excited for this. I do also want to try some turkey work in the ears. There was someone did like these little tufts. Oh, I don't know if you guys can tell, but his ear is right there. And a couple little tufts of that would look really cute. Of the turkey stitched there, turkey work stitch. All right, we're at least moving this knot a little bit further down. This is crazy. So, all right, let's give it a snip. I need a scissors minder. I suppose that could go on there for a little while too. All right, there we are. That's better. Snip. This matches. All right, so I'm going to just take 1 strand of each of these. So this is what I've never done this before. This is going to be fun. So let me know if you've done this technique before of combining different color threads together. It's kind of interesting, I think. It gives a little like stripy effect to the stitches. It doesn't necessarily blend the stitches, but it does give it a little texture. It's kind of fun. So I'm just pulling 1 strand out of each of these, and we're going to put those together. All right, I think this will be pretty. All right, let's get these back together, and the ends look a little fuzzy, which is the case for a lot of my scrap floss because I've been handling it a lot. So I'll give it a little snip. This is funny, it's like light and dark doesn't know which one it wants to be. I think it's actually going to still be pretty subtle. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this ends up. All right, I was looking around for the needle. It is right there. Oh, Amy says that she's done 2 colors before in cross stitch. Ooh, I bet you that's pretty. Oh, Shirley did this on the squirrels that we did. So remember that squirrel? We should bring that out again. Everyone's hoarding their toilet paper again now. So luckily we just bought a bunch, so we're good. But yeah, I think we're going down in lockdown again pretty much here, it sounds like, as of finding out today. All right. I'm going to start with my normal away knot. I think we'll just go like right here. And I'm just going to go around the head here and then start the ear and see where we're getting. I'm going to just do a back stitch, I think. So overall, this whole thing might be pretty subtle. I don't know. Do we think the back stitch is big enough? I could do a chain stitch. I think I might do a chain stitch just to make it extra big here. Oh, interesting. Rebecca says that she's done blended filament plus floss. So like a metallic. Is that what you mean by that? All right, so I am going to do a chain stitch instead. So this might take a little longer, but I think it's just going to be fatter. Since we enlarged the design, it makes sense that the stitches would maybe have to be larger. So I'm doing a reverse chain stitch though, because I think it's easier. Maybe I should have used 4 strands of floss, because then I could have done that loop method of starting. Yep, it's a 3-way split. Oh, I don't know. Oh, you guys are talking about the quilt. Well, that's not a bad idea. Well, except for there's only one quilt, I suppose. I thought you were talking about the floss here for a sec. Ooh, it's almost like it sparkles having the different colors here. I think this is might be pretty cute. I'll definitely be needing more floss pretty quickly. Ooh, this is gonna be cute though. Yeah, it needed to be more substantial, so we could have gone with more floss, but I just decided to go with a bigger stitch. So we're doing that reverse chain stitch. Oh, my mom likes doing those, the Sudokus, Arloa. Gosh, metallic would be really pretty with this too, Rebecca. That would be fun to try sometime. Okay, but so here's the effect that it's getting. We got like all these fun, weird, different colors. So it's kind of, we're doing like a light and dark on this purple. I don't know, it's pretty subtle, but it's kind of fun too. I think from far away, like if you saw this from down the street, I'm not sure you would be able to see it pop out, but up close, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty natural, actually. If koalas were purple, this would look like a natural way to outline it, I think. Oh, thanks, Sally. Sally says she's loving the colors and the chain stitch. I think the chain stitch was the right way to go, just for the fatter stitch. Another stitch that, is twice the thickness would be like a stem stitch, but around curves like this, I don't like stem stitches much. So I think this turned out really kind of sweet. It actually kind of puts emphasis on the outline a little bit. pretty cute. So maybe we'll do like straight stitches for all the hair fuzz, but we'll keep all the outlines as the chain stitch like this. So something that some people did is I think they did like the little fuzz, like the ear fuzz and like the bottom fuzzles on the ear. They did a different color than the rest of the design, and that was pretty cute too. So maybe we do that as well. But we got this back stitch to go, or not back stitch, this chain stitch to go for a little while yet. Okay, we are definitely not going to finish embroidering this tonight, so we will finish the embroidery for sure by tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, and I think we can get the pouch made in 1 hour, maybe with a little extra time. We might just stay late on Friday. But we'll see. Maybe we'll be done right on time. Ooh, and we gotta do that red. I think we do satin stitch for the heart, because then it'll be like a really bold, shiny red. And I think that's what we need for it to connect with the zipper, because we'll have that red zipper. So we'll do something bold and shiny. Shiny, I just mean the satin stitch. We won't actually use metallic floss for that. Ooh, Rebecca says some silk floss. I don't own any silk floss. I should invest in some of that. That would be really fun to play around with. I'm really liking this color combo. I love working with what you have. I think it opens up combinations of things that you wouldn't normally do. Like, to put these 3 colors in this border, for example, in this outline, like, they're pretty weird together, but I think it's working. It's kind of subtle and pretty. I like it. And the bold line is nice. I do like that. Oh, seed beads. I do have those. Huh. What could we do with seed beads here? We could fill in the heart with, I might have some red seed beads. We could satin stitch it with red and then add like 1 or 2 seed beads for sparkle. That's not a bad idea. Oh, I do kind of like that. I'll have to dig. I do have a pile. I used to make bead bracelets like in high school and junior high, and I'd sell them to kids in junior high. I'd make bead bracelets that would spell out like their names and stuff. I would love to do that again, like with the loom, where you did the like the seed bead like loom a little bit. That was fun. So I have tons of seed beads from back in that time. But I do know how to like stitch with them. It would require a beading needle, which I think I have as well. Ooh, I'm gonna dig in all these old craft supplies. That's the purpose for fun projects like this. You can break out all those fun things that you haven't used in a while. I think this is going to be my last stitch. I'm almost out of thread here. So I'll weave that in and we'll start up the next 3 strands of these guys. It's coming together though. It's kind of pretty. I'm definitely going to use this technique again of the combining the strands. This is my first time combining strands like this. Was that 3? 1, 2, no, that was 2. Here's 3. All right, let's trim that, and then I think I will weave in that end while I'm at it. This is that away knot. I'm just gonna snip it. there's the knot. Whew. Didn't leave too much here to weave in. Two and three. All right. Oh, I got my needle minder. Let's use it. Ugh, looking pretty cute. It almost looks tie-dyed, the thread, when you put them together like this. All right, let's get... Oh, I already have... I forgot. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to cut another 24 inches, but nope, I already cut all those. I just need to pull another strand from each. So one... Ooh, this looks interesting. Take care of that before I try and pull a strand out of it. Huh. Got a little mess happening down here. Okay, two. And that tan color. Rebecca says, I love the look of seed beads and floss. I have a bunch of seed beads for cross stitch and needlepoint. Ooh, on fine canvas. So now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever combined embroidery with beading where you can see the embroidery. Like if you stitched with beads, like if you make like a whole design just with beads on a surface like canvas or leather or something, it's kind of similar to embroidery, but you're not actually seeing the stitches. You're just seeing the beads. I've done that before. But now where you can see the stitches, and I think it's going to be really pretty. I think you're right, Rebecca. I think it's going to be kind of fun. It'll be just like a little sparkle in that heart. I'm excited to try that. I'll have to dig, you know what, I better even write that down. I found that my brain doesn't remember things. I gotta actually write it down. So, seed beads. All right, this is my reminder for tomorrow. We'll just put that sticky right there. I'll see that and I'll be like, what was seed beads? And then I'll be like, oh, that's right. I was gonna put those seed beads on the heart. All right, cool. Just gonna run my hand through this again. So they're not really even at the bottom. I'm just gonna, well, I can snip it after weaving it in. Gonna weave in the ends again here. The eyes are a little bit big. I could, like the little sparkle in the eye, that could be a seed bead. I think I'm gonna stitch the eyes. Maybe I do like a black outline or a dark outline for the eyes. I think maybe black. Then they'll pop. But a black outline for the eyes. And then I'll leave the middle open so it's like he has purple pupils almost. And then we could put like a little white seed bead in for like that little sparkle in the eyes. Ooh, I like that. I like it. Boop. Okay, I'm getting excited about beading again. It's been a while. Man, I used to do everything with seed beads. I used to make like those little daisy chain bracelets. Those are kind of back a little bit. I've seen those here and there. That'd be fun to putz around with again at some point. Nice thing about that reverse chain stitch is we can just start up where we left off. All right, I'm pretty excited. I love this. So we are on purpose using a small project. Like this is just a little zipper pouch, right? We're not doing a whole quilt or anything with this, But like, so it's not a huge project, but we're trying like so many things. We're trying the coloring in the cheeks. So we're trying the like colored pencils. We're trying, well, first of all, stitching onto a different colored fabric. That's something I don't do very often too. So we're doing that. We're trying these 3 strands of thread. We're going to try some beading with it. I'd still like to maybe do the turkey stitch in for the make a little fuzzle ear here, make that turkey stitch. Someone did that in the quilt and I thought it was just really sweet. So we'll do that. And what else? Wasn't there one other? Well, that's plenty. Those are plenty new things for sure. But I'm excited. This is fun. All right, we're going to change direction and get the inner ear here. This is kind of a pretty big angle to just switch over for the chain stitch. Oops. But I think I might just put an anchor stitch down just so it doesn't move, because this is going to be a bag, so it's going to be handled. Oops, I should have gone back in. So I'm going to just come back up right in the middle there again, and I'm just going to put a little anchor stitch here. Let's just hold that loop in place. There we go. Can't hardly tell. But now this angle will always stay there. It won't, like, this stitch won't slide down the other stitch. It'll stay nice and pointy like that. I think once I reach the end of this ear thing, I'm going to just jump down to here and come back up with the ear. I think just to keep our stitches the same direction, I'll do a forward chain stitch when I come up the other direction. And by then I'll probably be out of thread again. These chain stitches, they use up the thread. I just saw Thanksgiving. Someone mentioned Thanksgiving. We are staying home for Thanksgiving, which is a huge bummer. It's just such a bummer not getting to go hang out with family. We have a Zoom scheduled, but still, it's a bummer. But anyway, we're all hot spots up here again, so better staying safe doing that. All right, I'm going to do a forward chain stitch to get back up to the top here. I'm going to do the weaving in and out way of doing it, the sewing method. Since I don't have the stick and stitch on here today, the sewing method is going to work much easier. This is actually some nice fabric too. It's kind of a little flowy. Perfect for this sewing method way of doing this. Ooh, I'm running out of floss though. Ugh, we'll probably have to stay home for Christmas too, which will be a bummer. Oh, Colleen says that California has a statewide outdoor mask. So our rules just changed again today. I think it starts on the 20th or something, but I think it's now you're basically prohibited from being with anyone but your family is what it sounded like. You know, all restaurants have to go back to takeout only, like pick up only. So, you know, that's not great for restaurants, but, you know, protects people. There's just gotta, like, yeah, it's a whole thing. There needs to be, like, a bailout for restaurants if we really want to keep them closed and keep everyone safe. All right, I'm gonna do my little anchor stitch. I'm gonna try and get this so it's tucked under this last stitch here, or this stitch around the head, and I was able to do that. So now it looks like this stitch is behind this stitch. All right, it's looking fun. It's almost like it's the same color as this kind of floating off the surface, like us blending all those, the dark purple with that teal and that tan color. Like here's it really close, you can see. But from far away, it does almost look like the same surface texture that we just kind of popped it out a little bit. Is that kind of weird? I don't know. I think it's subtle. It's almost like we embossed the fabric, like how you can emboss paper. So there's a little bit of a raised surface that kind of looks like this, doesn't it? It looks like we embossed this. Huh. That's kind of interesting. I'm digging that. All right, so I think I'm gonna just call it a day with this thread. I think we just need probably one more set of these threads, so I'll get that prepared today. But then I think we will work on this a little bit more tomorrow, where it's already 9:30, you guys. That went quick. So just again, I encourage you guys to check out the Koala Quilt auction page. And, you know, if anything, just if you want to know a history of it, there's the history of the quilt there. There's some really cute videos. Videos of, like, there's a video of every single koala that's in the quilt, and also a video of my mom and me making the quilt. I think that turned out so sweet. And just a little bit more about Australians for Animals, and then you guys can see like the different t-shirts and stuff too, if you did want to get one of those to help with the donation. This really looks like we embossed this. Okay, that concept alone I gotta play around with some other time. It almost looks like the same color, but just not quite. It's got a little bit more interest. There's something really interesting about this, I think. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. But I'm liking it. Okay, we just need one more set of this for this ear. And then I think I am going to do a different color. Like maybe we'll do just the tan for the fluff of the ear, maybe? Yeah. Another thing that I want to try and figure out is, did I use 3 already? There's only, oh, you know what? That might be why this was in the scraps. I think this only had 5 strands. Oh no, maybe the other one's down here. I don't know. But one thing we need to figure out for tomorrow is how to stitch the nose. So the nose, now that I've enlarged this, the nose seems maybe a little bit too big for satin stitch. I don't know if I want to do satin stitch. I mean, we could do a long and short stitch, then it would at least be filled. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Why don't we do the long and short stitch, but let's do like a bunch of colors together again. We'll do a different colors, but we'll do them all together again. Okay, I like that. That'll be a really textured looking fun nose. Okay, good. Plan decided. I like having a plan. I like knowing what I'm getting into. So that's the new plan for tomorrow. Oh, needle must be on this side. Yep, there we go. So I am just going to thread this needle and let it sit on the needle minder for the evening, and we will pick it up here tomorrow. I do think this probably will take most of the time tomorrow. If we might just try and finish this no matter what tomorrow, the stitching. So tomorrow, if this is taking a while, we might just go a hair late, because I'm thinking there's actually kind of a lot that we want to do. But I don't know, it might still be accomplished in an hour. Yeah, all right, I'm going to leave it right here, you guys. So this is where we left off. I still think this subtle little cheek is pretty cute. I think that'll pop a little bit more once. Maybe we put some pink in the nose. Maybe like pink and gray. We could do pink and gray and maybe this tan again. That'd be kind of sweet. Maybe even for the heart, maybe we do different colors too. I don't know, I'm excited about all these different colors. And we'll do one little tuft of turkey work for this ear, I think. Like maybe 2 little rows, and that'll be kind of sweet. Yep, all right, I'm liking it, you guys. All right. So thank you again, everyone, and thanks again for sure for your mug orders, your t-shirt orders, all of that. That's been so helpful. I think we've collected almost as much as what the quilt is at, the auction price for the quilt, so that's great. I would love to keep that going, like the same amount of the auction, like the same amount worth of merch that we can donate as well. So this is fun. Yeah, and let me know in the group, in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group, if you're gonna make one of these little pouches. I think it's gonna be just like a nice little process. It's gonna be cute. We're gonna get this done. It's gonna be a really sweet little pouch, I think, when we're finished. So thanks again, everyone. I will see you tomorrow here at 8:30 p.m. Central Time again. We'll be stitching the rest of this koala. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Good night.